The openings, fenestrations, bumps are term processes, and pits are foci. Alright? So this is a cat. So we'll start with the vertebral column, and then we'll head on specifically into the skulls. Okay? And then we'll be done. So this is the vertebral column, divided into 5 regions. Cervical, the neck. Thoracic, this part here, supporting the ribs. Lumbar, the rest of the backbone. Sacral, fused and small. Sacral. And caudal, the rest of the tail. Alright? You're held responsible for knowing all the sections, identifying each of the vertebrae as belonging to what section, and the number of vertebrae. Okay? So the first one, you have 7 cervical vertebrae. You have the smaller centrum, which is the whole. Hold on, yeah. You have the centrum, the whole, which runs through this one here. Okay? So the first and the second cervical vertebra in a mammal or in a cat has evolved into the specialized atlas and axis. The atlas looks like a ring, like this, and the axis is pretty distinguishable. It looks like this, and it articulates like this. Alright, this one's not a good pair, it doesn't fit well together. Okay? And then this part of the atlas will directly articulate with this part of the cat.
What did you say the name was?
Atlas. Okay? So the atlas has the vertebral artery hole, which is right here. You guys see a small pair of holes right here, here and here. So that's for the arteries to go through. Okay? Yeah.
And that's these like right here?
Yeah.
We'll put 2 there.
So, and then the axis, which is the second bone, has a dens which articulates with the atlas. This is the dens, the part marked in red. Okay? Dens articulates with atlas. Okay? So those two are the specialized. The first 2 cervical vertebrae are highly specialized and have special names of atlas and axis. Do not forget that. So the thoracic vertebrae are sharp and they look like this. They have one pair of articulation surfaces for the pad ribs, known as the rib facets. So as you can see here, right here, they have surfaces to articulate with the ribs. Okay? Look, it's all joined in the ribs. Okay? So that's the thoracic vertebrae. You have the lumbar vertebrae, which is highly distinctive right here. And remember that why are they pretty distinctive? Because they have the largest centra and the small neural arches. They also have a pair of ventral projections, known as the transverse processes, right here. And this whole thing is directed anteriorly to the front. Okay? So, if I were to look at a lumbar vertebrae, do I say that, is it pointing this way or this way? The other way, right? Because this part's anterior, as in the cat here. You have the sacral vertebrae, very distinctive, fused, and this articulates with the pelvic girdle, which is what forms the hind limbs of the cat. And then you have caudal vertebrae, just small bones, regular small bones. Like this. These make up the tail. Okay? So, the important thing about this vertebrae is you need to distinguish the zygapophysis. So, there are two types of zygapophysis: anterior zygapophysis and posterior zygapophysis, also known respectively as the pre-zygapophysis and the post-zygapophysis. So, to distinguish between those two, the first thing you need to do is orient where your vertebrae is. So, you know very well that this point's anterior, right? So, this one here would be the anterior zygapophysis or the pre-zygapophysis, correct? This part here is posterior, so this part here would be the posterior zygapophysis or the post-zygapophysis. The pre are the ones colored in black here. Clear? The post are these ones here. Okay?